Even though K-pop idols are trained to put on their best performance and always look like the best version of themselves, sometimes human emotions betray them. Today, we will take a look at the most heartbreaking K-pop moments caught on camera. Tui missing her mom. Missing your parents, no matter what age, is a feeling that many of us can relate to. Especially when you've been far away from home for a long time, a small trivial thing can set you off and make you break down. That's what happened to Twice's Tui, who comes from Taiwan. In 2016, during the variety show Please Take Care of My Refrigerator, Tui and Jonghyun were given a dish, with Tui pointing out that it was just like the dishes she had at home with her family. She liked it very much. However, when the MC mentioned if Tui thought of her mom while eating the meal, Tui broke down in tears. This shocked not only the MCs of the show, but also her bandmate Jonghyun, who immediately leaned into Tui to comfort her as much as she could. Tui crying wasn't just a shock for the variety crew, but also for Jonghyun and all the fans alike, since Tui didn't even cry when they got their first win in 2016 with Cheer Up. Tui was just 17 back then, so the homesickness was even worse for her. She was then comforted both by Jonghyun and fans online. Even nowadays, Tui rarely cries on camera and doesn't allow herself to get emotional. However, she cried at the Japanese concert in April because of all the overwhelming love from all the fans, which then made all the other Twice members cry as well. 2018 BTS MAMA speech. This moment is probably known by every ARMY out there. During the 2018 MAMA Awards, BTS won the Daesung for Artist of the Year award, and the boys gave an unforgettable speech. A lot of grateful tears were shed on the stage, with everyone breaking the moment J-Hope started crying, but nothing broke our hearts like Jin's speech. Hearing him say that they were going through tough times at the beginning of 2018 and even thought of disbanding was shattering for ARMYs. BTS had their contract for 7 years, meaning that whatever was worrying them must have been big enough to consider terminating their contracts early. After Jin's comment, Taehyung started crying even harder. The tough times were written all over the boys' faces, and those times got immortalized in a song. During the 2020 documentary Break the Silence, Suga revealed that the song outro Tear was actually written for the members. He said, "When I was writing the melody, at the time we were deeply contemplating whether we should quit or not. The lyrics of the song are heartbreaking with verses like, 'We used to talk about forever, but now we mercilessly destroy each other. I thought we dreamed the same dream, but now the dream truly became just a dream. My heart breaks. Please, rather burn it so that the pain and my lingering love don't remain at all anymore.'" Suga also mentioned that when he played the song for the members for the first time, they all cried together. However, as Jin said in the MAMA speech, they had time to reshape their views and could move on together. The shame there would have been if BTS disbanded would have been indescribable, not being able to find out their best years were yet to come. Park Bom visiting her aunt's grave. Showing raw emotion on camera while knowing the footage gets aired later takes an incredible amount of strength and bravery. That's exactly what Park Bom of 21 did in 2010 during the airing of their show Starry Night. In the video, the fans didn't only see Park Bom at her most vulnerable, but also got to know her heartbreaking story on her way to K-pop stardom. The video shows Bom visiting her aunt's grave and writing her a message that said, "It's spring now. I miss you so much. I've become a famous singer. I miss you a lot. I'm sorry I came so late. I love you. Park Bom." Pom's aunt passed away while Pom was promoting with 21, and she found out too late to make it back to the States for the funeral. After Pom puts the flowers on the grave, she kneels down and starts sobbing. Blackjacks all felt incredibly sorry for Pom, especially when she explained what her aunt meant to her. Pom wasn't supported in her idol dream by her parents, who wanted her to focus on her studies. But when Pom moved to the States when she was around 8 years old, she turned to her aunt, who was very supportive of her dream. Pom said that she was like a mom to her, raising her and driving her to auditions, and even bought the first microphone and cassette for Pom. However, when Pom was around 10, she mentions that her aunt's health drastically declined, and she passed away a few years later when Pom was already active in 21. At the end of the video, she added a message to her aunt. "I achieved my dreams and became a singer. Thank you for helping me and raising me. I will work harder to become an excellent singer." Despite Pom's career taking a different route than expected, we are glad that she is still an excellent singer she promised to be. 17's first MAMA performance. Fan wars are nothing new when it comes to K-pop, with fans beefing because of anything and attacking the disliked artist for no reason whatsoever. The most famous and public way to do that is to create a black ocean during an award show. To pull this off, all the fans in the audience have to unionize and turn off their light sticks when the disliked artist goes to perform, creating a pitch black audience. This is what happened to 17 during MAMA in 2015. Sadly, they're not the only artist to experience the black ocean, with Girls' Generation or BTS going through similar hell. What makes this even sadder is that 17 were only rookies, this was their first ever MAMA performance, and there was no reason for them to be boycotted like this. They haven't even been on the K-pop scene long enough to create any scandal, and their fans weren't fighting with anyone at the time. Since their fandom didn't have a light stick nor a name, they couldn't do anything when all the other fans turned off their light sticks. 17 got to suffer through the nightmare during their entire performance without any cheers or support, but still performed with enough enthusiasm. Some Some person wrote a sarcastic comment. 17's fans don't have light sticks, and other groups' fans are kind enough to turn off their light sticks. Nowadays, 17 are one of the biggest and most beloved groups out there, constantly being praised for their vocals and dance skills. The heartbreaking moment has been long forgotten by the group, but the fans will always remember it. Red Velvet missing Wendy. Hiatus of a beloved member can be hard for group members and fans alike. This is what happened when Wendy from Red Velvet suffered an injury during the rehearsals for 2019's Gayo Daejeon concert. Wendy fell from the stage caused by misplacement of prop stairs, causing her to be hospitalized and recovering for months. Her absence was very present in the group, especially when the Red Velvet girls started talking about her. This resulted in many tearful moments. During a segment where the girls were supposed to read letters, Sully burst into tears due to missing Wendy so much and calling her, while the other members teased both her and Wendy. Another time, Joy teared up at a concert as she had gotten a text from Wendy saying, "Do well in my stead." The realization of the absence of her bandmate hit Joy hard, and she started crying during their concert. She said, "Honestly, the fact that Wendy Oni, who has always been my mental pillar, is not here is difficult for me. Even so, like today, the four of us worked hard to fill Wendy Oni's empty space. Thank you so much for continuing to cheer us on." Wendy's injury wasn't minor at all, since the fracturing of her ribs could have caused her to never return to the stage as the amazing dancer she is. Thankfully, Wendy is now completely healed from her injuries and is back to taking the stages by the storm. Sully's final live stream. In 2019, the Korean industry got shaken up by the sudden passing away of the former FX member Sully. She had been struggling with severe depression and social anxiety for a while, but no one expected her life to end so soon. The last public recording was Sully's live 2 days before the tragedy. On the stream, she tried to be happy for fans, but there were many people leaving her negative comments. She said, "I'm not a bad person. I'm sorry. Why are you saying bad things about me? What did I do to deserve this?" Her final days being documented makes this even more heartbreaking, as it seemed like she wanted to be with her fans to the last moment. Sully had activities around that time, shooting a commercial and working on projects, so no one could have said what was really going on in her head. The truth is that Sully had been getting hateful comments and insults online her whole career ever since 2009, but finding out the tragic reality on October 14th really shocked everyone. Sully's impact on the industry is undeniable, with her being publicly outspoken about issues many wouldn't dare to even address, like the horrible online comments she received throughout her career. Guhara's online goodbye to Sully. The former Kata member was in Japan during the burial of her beloved friend Sully. So, as a public goodbye, she turned on a live stream where she sobbed while addressing words to her friend. She said, "Sully, I'm sorry I can't go to your funeral because I am in Japan. I'm sorry that I had no other choice but to greet you like this. Live well up there and do everything that you wanted to do. I will live hard and work hard for you. Everyone, Sully and I were really close. We lived like a real set of sisters. In return, I wanted to say something to Sully, so I turned on this live broadcast. Goodbye, Sully." Nothing can replace the hurt that an absence of a best friend can leave behind. The pain and suffering in Guhara's voice is evident, and the clip made everyone's heart break. Sadly, the world suffered another shock when Guhara was found in her apartment unresponsive a month and a half later. She left behind a note, but the reason why she decided to take her own life was threats from her ex-boyfriend, as well as the malicious online comments she was receiving. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys!